Think we live in dangerous times? You have no idea. Throughout history, there have been moments when being alive meant you were probably going to die.
Plagues that killed half of Europe, volcanic eruptions that blocked out the sun, wars that erased entire civilizations. In this video, we're counting down the 12 deadliest, most terrifying periods in human history. Natural disasters, man-made catastrophes, moments when survival was just pure luck.
Number 1. The Black Death, 1347 to 1353. The worst pandemic in human history. It starts in Asia, travels along trade routes, arrives in Europe on ships full of dead sailors and infected rats. The symptoms are horrific: fever, vomiting, black swellings called buboes. Most victims die within days. Entire villages are wiped out. Bodies pile up faster than they can be buried. The plague spreads across Europe in just 4 years. No one knows what's causing it. There's no cure, no way to stop it. Entire cities are abandoned. Trade collapses. Society nearly breaks down. Between 75 and 200 million people die. 30 to 60% of Europe's entire population. The world population doesn't recover for 2 centuries. The worst pandemic humanity has ever faced. Number 2. The Mount Tambora Eruption, 1815. The most powerful volcanic eruption in recorded history.
April 10th, Mount Tambora in Indonesia explodes with the force of thousands of nuclear bombs. The immediate blast kills 71,000 people. 3 Indonesian islands are completely destroyed. But the real horror is just beginning. The eruption sends so much ash into the atmosphere, it circles the entire planet. 1816 becomes known as the year without a summer. Global temperatures drop. Snow falls in June. Crops fail worldwide. Famine spreads across Europe, North America, and Asia. Food prices skyrocket. People riot in the streets. Over 100,000 die from famine and disease. Hundreds of thousands more face starvation. The climate disruption lasts 3 years. 1 volcano changed global weather and killed more people than the eruption itself.
Number 3. The Spanish Flu Pandemic, 1918 to 1920. The deadliest flu outbreak ever recorded.
It emerges during World War I. Soldiers living in close quarters, trenches, military camps, perfect conditions for spread. The virus spreads faster than anything in history. It takes just 6 months to reach every continent, every country. Hospitals overflow, morgues run out of space. There aren't enough coffins. Cities dig mass graves. 500 million people get infected. That's 1/3 of the entire world population. What makes this flu terrifying? It kills young, healthy adults, not just the old and weak. Your immune system could kill you. 50 to 100 million people die worldwide, more than World War I, the deadliest pandemic of the 20th century. Number 4. The Mongol Invasions, 1206 to 1368. The largest continuous land empire in history, built on absolute terror. Genghis Khan unifies the Mongol tribes in 1206. His strategy is simple: surrender or die. The Mongols offer cities one choice: open your gates peacefully or we kill everyone. No exceptions. If a city resists, the Mongols make an example. They massacre entire populations, stack skulls in pyramids as warnings. In 50 years, they conquered 24 million square kilometers from China to Eastern Europe, fastest empire expansion ever.
entire civilizations disappear. The population of Persia drops from 2.5 million to 250,000. Conservative estimates, 40 million dead. That's 11% of the world's population, the most destructive conquests in history. Number 5. The atomic bombings of Japan. August 1945. Humanity's first use of nuclear weapons in war. August 6, 1945. The Enola Gay drops an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. 8:15 a.m. The bomb explodes 1,500 feet above the city. Temperature at ground zero, 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 69% of Hiroshima's buildings are instantly destroyed. Everything within a mile is vaporized. 3 days later, August 9th, a second bomb hits Nagasaki. Same devastating results. Beyond the immediate deaths, radiation poisoning kills thousands more over weeks and months. Burns, cancer, genetic damage. 210,000 people die from both bombings combined, the only nuclear weapons ever used in warfare. The world had entered the atomic age. Number 6. The Soviet famine of 1932-33, also called the Holodomor, one of history's deadliest man-made disasters. The Soviet government forces farmers to collectivize. They seize all grain, livestock, and food supplies. Farmers are left with nothing, not even seed grain for next year's crop. The government takes everything. Famine spreads rapidly. People eat bark, grass, leather, anything. Cases of cannibalism are documented. Entire villages die out. Bodies lie in the streets. The government denies the famine is happening. Borders are sealed. No one can leave. No international aid is allowed in. Between 3.5 and 7 million people starve to death, most in Ukraine. A deliberate, politically motivated famine. Number 7. The 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648. Europe's deadliest religious conflict. It starts as a religious war between Protestant and Catholic states in the Holy Roman Empire, but it becomes a free-for-all. Sweden, France, Spain all join in. Mercenary armies pillage everything in their path. Armies don't carry supplies, they live off the land. That means they strip entire regions of food, livestock, valuables. The war drags on for 30 years. Whole generations know nothing but war. Famine and disease kill more than combat. Bubonic plague spreads through armies and civilians. Villages disappear. 8 million people die, 20% of Germany's population. Some regions lose half their people. The Holy Roman Empire never recovers. Number 8. The Toba Super volcano eruption. 74,000 years ago, the closest humanity has ever come to extinction. The Toba volcano in Sumatra explodes with 5,000 times the power of Mount St. Helens. It ejects 2,800 cubic kilometers of ash. The ash cloud blocks out the sun globally. Global temperatures drop by 15 degrees Celsius. A volcanic winter lasts 6 to 10 years. Plants die. Animals starve. The human population crashes. This is the genetic bottleneck. Scientists estimate the human population dropped to between 3,000 and 10,000 individuals total on the entire planet. We almost went extinct. Number 9. The Siege of Leningrad, 1941 to 44. The longest and deadliest siege in modern history. September 1941. Nazi Germany completely surrounds Leningrad. 3 million people are trapped inside. The Germans don't attack, they just wait. They want the city to starve, and it does. Food runs out in weeks. The daily ration drops to 125 grams of bread. That's 4 slices per day, total. Winter temperatures hit -40. no fuel for heating. People burn furniture, books, anything. Bodies freeze in the streets. The only supply route is across a frozen lake. Trucks break through the ice. Drivers drown with their cargo. The siege lasts 872 days. 1.5 million people die, mostly from starvation. The deadliest siege ever.
Number 10. The Conquest of the Americas. 15th and 16th centuries. The deadliest collision of civilizations in human history.
In 1492, Europeans arrive in the Americas. What follows is not discovery, but destruction. Smallpox, measles, and influenza spread faster than armies. Indigenous populations have no immunity. Entire civilizations collapse. Cities burn. Survivors are enslaved, executed, or worked to death. Within a century, up to 90% of the native population is gone. Tens of millions vanish. More people die here than in any war or plague before it. The conquest of the Americas reshapes the world forever.
Number 11. The Great Leap Forward, 1958 to 62. One of the deadliest famines ever, caused entirely by government policy.
Mao Zedong launches radical policies to transform China into an industrial superpower overnight. Farmers are forced to abandon fields and build backyard steel furnaces. They melt their farming tools to meet quotas. Crops rot in the fields because everyone's making steel, except the steel is worthless. It can't be used for anything. Local officials lie about harvest numbers to please Beijing. The government takes grain that doesn't exist. Villages starve. The famine spreads nationwide. People eat bark, grass, dirt. Cases of cannibalism are documented. Between 15 and 45 million people die, the largest famine in human history, all from catastrophic policy decisions.
And number 12. World War II, 1939 to 45. The deadliest conflict in human history. September 1st, 1939. Germany invades Poland. Within days, France and Britain declare war. The war spreads globally. Europe, Africa, Asia, the Pacific, every continent except Antarctica. The Holocaust kills 6 million Jews. Millions more die in ethnic cleansings, genocide, systematic murder. Entire cities are flattened by bombing. Firebombing of Tokyo kills 100,000 in a single night. The Soviet Union loses 27 million people. China loses 20 million. Poland loses 17% of its population. Total deaths, 70 to 85 million people. 3% of the world's population. 6 years that changed everything. The deadliest, most destructive war in human history, and it reshaped the entire world.
So there you have it. 12 periods in history when being alive meant facing unimaginable danger. Plagues, wars, volcanic eruptions, famines, and nuclear weapons. Moments when humanity faced extinction or came close. But we survived every single time. That's the remarkable part. Humanity endured the worst and kept going. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, drop a like, and let me know which of these terrified you the most.